I'd like to relay what is currently known about the Terrence Crutcher case. Terrence Crutcher was a 40-year-old man who, this past Friday, which was today's Monday, 3 days ago, according to police, approached officers when they were called in to assist somebody, I think in a roadway. And he, again, according to officers, refused to take his hands out of his pockets or show his hands rather. And apparently he reached back for something in his car. Again, this is their words, not mine. And at that point, one officer pulled out a taser, another officer pulled out a gun and fired a shot that ultimately ended up taking his life. This happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which I'd never heard of before. I think there's a Tulsa, Alabama, and I guess I got it confused with there because the news story or the article's headliner just said black male shot in Tulsa. I was, oh well, that's Alabama. Oh man, I'd never heard of the place before. So again, you learn something new every day. But nonetheless, it was announced that the Department of Justice is going to be filing a civil rights, investigation into this. And I'm already kind of irritated, uh, because this is seeming already. It's been 3 days, so it has potential not to. But I'm betting this is going to be an attempt at recreating Ferguson, Baltimore, you name it. And it's so irritating because, like I said, I don't know what this guy was. Whether or not any of the stuff the officer said was true. We're just hearing about it. Uh, I have no idea what kind of person he was. But it still just bugs me that we can't just have this same type of. And I'm really just mostly irritated by the whole Black Lives Matter thing. That they'll go into these officers and say they're racist, they're horrible, those awful white cops, and ignore the stuff in Chicago, which I've made mention of over and over, and tried to you know bring to the forefront, at least as far as repeatedly making it a topic that I'll repeat, hopefully giving some awareness to it. And I'm not saying, oh, I've saved Chicago, because obviously I haven't. It's a very, it's a very, in some aspects, from what I've heard, beautiful place. It has dangerous areas, like most major cities. You look at New York, you look at Los Angeles, you look at Dallas. All the big cities have these nice, beautiful areas, and then these not so nice, bad places, for lack of a better term. But the point is, you still get somewhere that is decent, to some extent, basically. And Chicago is that way. But I don't mean to get off topic. With this story, you're going to have a repeat of everything we've seen for the last, not even 2, 3 years. It's going to be. I already know. That's why when I read this story and I started reading the details, and cop said this, and this person saw that, I just rolled my eyes and said, "Here we go again." And it's so irritating because it doesn't have to be that way. These are all stories that deserve some level of awareness, but